let's talk about my 5 top baking tips while I'm mixing a different thing. This is not a cake, so as you can see, I'm using a wooden stove stick. I am making um, an African snack called mandazi. Uh, but yeah, let's talk about my top baking tips. The first one has got to be room temperature ingredients. If you use anything that's been stored in the fridge, the cake is going to come out different to when you use um, things that are at room temperature. So it's quite important. If your milk, your eggs are stored in the fridge, take them out say 2 hours before you start baking. If you bake in the mornings, you could take them out the night before. That also seems to work for me. The other important thing for me are scales. So with the scale, it means you're going to go by whatever recipe you have. You're using the exact ingredients that are required. Baking is definitely a science. So once you order certain things, even people say, oh, I don't want sugar in my cake, that's going to be different to a recipe that you'll use the measurements that are on the recipe. So make sure you communicate this to your clients. If they're expecting to get a good bake, it will have to be what is on your recipe. If you have one that has reduced sugar, then use that one. Yeah. And the other third thing is baking time. Should we say, if you're baking, make sure you're observing the time according to your recipe or what you know. So going by gut instinct or how much time you've gone away to do something else, you will end up either with a dry cake or a burnt cake. So if you're anything like me, a timer is quite an important I was looking for my timer. It's quite an important thing to have. And also, if you're doing fourth will be food colors. Food colors that we buy in the supermarket are okay for when you're baking with kids and stuff. But if you've gone professional, make sure you're using good gel food colors, because that's, if you're doing a red velvet, use say sugar craft, that's sugar flare. That's a good one for red velvet. Not the exclusive, but I know this is one I have tried and used. Yeah, so there's others on the market. There's Calamel, there's Wilton, there's um, there's neons ones. So there's lots of gel food colors. So make sure you're doing your research and check what food colors you want to use. And the other thing, what should we? I would say no overbeating of your cake mixture as you make the cake, because as you're making the cake, if you overbeat, that's going to make your cake become like tough. So most recipes require flour to be folded in. So if you're only doing like 8-inch, 6-inch, you can easily do that by hand towards the end. So like for me, I'll do everything else with a mixer, maybe incorporate the flour a little, and then I finish off by hand. That way I know I'm not over mixing, because with the mix as well, the same thing goes to the time. You might think you've done it for a minute, meanwhile it's been 3-4 minutes while you were doing something else. So yeah, so those are my 5 top tips. We can go over them again. So room temperature ingredients, using your scales, making note of the baking time, no overbeating, and a bonus one, I would say sticking with one recipe, because what will happen over time, you will perfect that. For example, with me, my banana cake, I started with Mary Berry's recipe, but I've tweaked it a bit to what I like. Some people are like, it's a bit too sweet, this and that, so I've tweaked it to what I know now works. But if I was using this recipe this time and I use another, I would never come to a good place with my own recipe. So those are my top 5 tips. Come again next time for more baking tips. Follow my page. If you've not subscribed yet, please do subscribe. And yet, see you on the next one. Bye.